Hello students, a very good morning to all the students. So students, we are going through chapter 7 and the name of the chapter is Teeth and Tongue. So students, in our last class we have already completed the different function of teeth and changing teeth. So students, now we are going to complete the topic that was half done in your last class, that is the structure of a tooth. So students, before starting this topic, let me just give you an overview from your last class, okay? But yeah, you have to understand one thing, that is, whenever we talk about a single teeth, that is known as a tooth. That means whenever we talk about one single teeth, that you have to call it as a tooth. And whenever we talk about more than one teeth, then they will be called as a teeth, okay students? So students, basically there are two parts of a tooth. That means our tooth consists of two parts. That is, the first part is a crown and the second part is a root. So the portion of the tooth seen above the gum is known as crown, okay students? The portion that we can see is known as crown, and the portion of the tooth that is inside the gum which we cannot see is known as root, okay students? So now you see, a tooth has an outer white covering called enamel. So students, this is the outer white covering and this one is known as a enamel. This is the hardest material in the human body. So students, you have to remember this. The hardest material in human body is known as enamel. The next layer inside the enamel forming the main part of a tooth is called dentine. So students, after enamel you can see this one is a dentine. This portion is a dentine. And this is the main part of a tooth, okay? So the center of each tooth is called pulp. So this one is in the center of each tooth. That means this one is in the center of our tooth. This one, yeah, and the pulp is soft and has blood vessels and nerves in it. So students, you can see over here, these are the nerves or the blood vessels, okay? And this blood vessel provide food to the teeth. So students, these blood vessels are responsible for providing food to our teeth, okay? So you see, this is a complete structure of a tooth. And this portion is a crown which we can see with our eyes, and this portion is a root, and we cannot see them because they are inside our gum, okay students? So now we are moving on to the next topic, that is kinds of teeth. So students, we have different kind of teeth which we are going to understand about them one by one. So when we look at our teeth in the mirror, we see that they are of different shape and size. So students, I hope all of you have seen your teeth in the mirror, and it is very obvious that you have seen them in different shapes and size, right? Yeah, and there are 4 kinds of teeth. So students, there are basically 4 kinds of teeth. That is, number 1, incisor. So students, these are 4 front teeth in each jaw. So students, you can see this is a incisor. This is incisor and they are 4 in number, and they are also known as front teeth. That means they are present in the front side, okay? They have sharp straight edge. So students, they have a very sharp and a straight edge, okay? They are used to cut and bite food. So students, this incisor which are present in our front portion have a very straight edge, and they are used for cutting as well as for biting the food, okay? And they are also known as the cutting teeth. Yeah, you can see, you can just keep in mind about this scissor, as scissor is used for cutting different clothes and different things. Basically, incisor are also compared with the scissor because they are also helped in cutting different food items, okay? So second is a canine. So students, this is canine there are two canine in each jaw. That means there is two canine in each jaw, upper jaw and lower jaw. They are present on either side of the incisor. So students, that means the canines are present in the either side of the incisor. Okay. They are very sharp and pointed like a fork. This is the fork, and it is compared with a fork because they are very sharp and also pointed. They help in tearing food. So students, we all know that with the help of fork, we tear different food items. Similarly, these canine are also compared with fork as they are also help in tearing different kind of food items. For this reason, they are also called tearing teeth. So students, as we have already understood why the canines are compared with the fork, because they also help in tearing food. Okay. The third one is premolars. There are 4 premolars in each jaw. That means in the upper jaw there will be 4 premolars, and in the lower jaw there will be 4 premolars. And this is the image of a premolar teeth. They are next to the canines. So students, these premolars are present next to the canines. They are broad and flat teeth. So students, you can see they are very broad and they are flat in structure. These teeth help us in cracking food. So students, these broad and flat teeth are used for cracking different food items. They are also called cracking teeth. So students, they are also known as cracking teeth. Okay. So now let's move to the fourth one, that is molars. So students, there are 6 molars in each jaw. That means there are 6 molars in the upper jaw and 6 in the lower jaw. They are next to the premolars. So students, they are just next to the premolars. So canines are just next to the incisor, and premolars are next to canine, and molars are next to premolars. Okay students, they are broader than the premolars. So here in the image you see they are broader than the premolars. By the image only you can understand it. Okay students, they help us in grinding the food. So students, this molar, they help in grinding the food. So they are compared with a grinder. Okay, they are also called grinding teeth. So students, as the molar help in grinding the different food items, they are also called the grinding teeth. Okay, so incisor are known as the cutting teeth, canines are known as the tearing teeth, premolars are known as cracking teeth, and molars are known as grinding teeth. Okay, so I hope it's clear to you. Okay students, moving on to the tooth decay. So students, we all know that whenever there is a decay in our tooth, that means whenever there is a formation of cavity in our teeth, it's very painful, right? You all get a lot of pain whenever there is a problem in your teeth. And basically it's very common in case of children because they eat lots of chocolate and they do not brush twice a day. So students, it's very important to brush your teeth twice a day in order to keep the tooth decay away. Okay, so now let's move. When we eat, small bits of food get stuck between our teeth. So students, whenever we eat different food items, the small bits of food get stuck into our teeth. Sometimes these small bits of food are not removed when we do not brush our teeth properly. So students, whenever we eat different kind of food items, the small bits of food item will get stuck between our teeth, and this small bits of food item will not be removed from our teeth if we do not brush properly and regularly. This stuck food rot and our teeth get covered with a thick sticky layers of germs. So students, the food item that is stuck between our teeth will get rot. That means it will rot and it will cover with a thin sticky layer of germs. So students, after rotting, what happened? It will get covered with a sticky layer of germs. This sticky layer of germ is called plaque. So students, here in the image you can see this is a tooth decay. Okay, and this sticky layer of germ is known as plaque. This plaque react with the sugar present in the food to produce acid. So students, whenever we eat different food items, sugar is present in that food. Okay, and the plaque that is inside our teeth, that means that is formed inside our teeth, will get react with the sugar that is present in the food item. Okay, and then it will produce a acid. The acid affect the tooth enamel and start destroying it. So students, as soon as the acid forms, it will start affecting the tooth enamel and then it will destroy it. Okay, and this is known as tooth decay. So it causes hole or cavity in the enamel. So students, after tooth decay what happen? It will cause the formation of holes or a cavity in the enamel. Okay, as a result, the nerves and the blood vessels in the pulp get exposed. So students, after the formation of hole or cavity in the enamel, the nerves and the blood vessels that are present inside the pulp of our animal will get exposed. That means it will come out of their area. Okay, when any cold or hot things come in contact with this exposed nerve, we feel pain or toothache. We all know that whenever there is a contact with the cold or hot things, the pulp that are out of their original area will get pain and we will get toothache. Thus, tooth decay causes the following. So, it causes the toothache. That means there will be pain in your teeth. It will also cause the formation of foul smell from the mouth. So, we all know that many people produce a foul smell from their mouth. This is because of the tooth decay. Okay, students. So third one is the stomach disorder. That means there will be a problem in your stomach also. Fourth one is the hole or cavity in the teeth. This is also the cause of the tooth decay. And last one is the loss of teeth. So students, gradually what happen? After the many days of a tooth decay, we will finally lose the teeth. That means our tooth will get out from their original area. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you till here. Let's stop over here. Thank you and have a nice day.